Cornerstone Confessions on behalf of CH Insurance. I'm Angela, and I am here with our expert on investment properties and your host for Cornerstone Confessions, David Wicker. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Angela. Thank you. You're too nice to me.
It's interesting for those folks out there who've been watching different installments of this. I think what's really wonderful is you're going to see Cornerstone Confessions here in a Q&A format. You're also going to sometimes see Cornerstone Confessions like David, you were out just yesterday, in fact, talking with one of your investors on site.
Yes,
Were you in
yes.
the village of Liverpool, or where did you say that you were?
We were in the village of Liverpool in front of one of their investment properties. Great client. Great young investor in Central New York. He's grown up here his whole life, even though he resides other places, and he truly believes in the focus of investing here in Central New York. He
Like
just,
so many others, right? And
I,
that's the purpose of what we're doing here. So let's
yeah,
talk today, David. We're going to talk about liability and
yeah,
where that liability lies. Where does it
yeah,
rest? And what
yeah,
do investors, as well as folks who rent, there are a lot of
yeah,
renters out there today, David. It's going to benefit both parties to just be in the know, right? Because you're in
yeah.
our corner. So
Oh,
talk with us a
absolutely.
little bit about liability.
Yeah, so the owner of the building is going to cover liability for, if somebody slips and falls in their hall, something happens with their building, somebody trips on a sidewalk and the claim goes against them. Where there seems to be some misconversation or missed conversation is tenants, a renter's policy for the tenant's actual liability, and also what would happen in the event of a claim in the building. Let's call it a fire. Hail damage there, perfect, a fire. Some landlords believe it's their responsibility to take care of the tenant, and some tenants believe it's the landlord's responsibility to take care of them, and that is false. That is why carriers push prudent landlord credits to the policy for the landlord. The landlord, the idea behind is the landlord should be requiring their tenants to carry a liability policy, which they can be $150, $200. They're often discounted to add to your car. It will cover the tenant's personal property, the tenant's loss of use, meaning get put up in a hotel. Perfect example of this fire. This building here is not getting replaced anytime soon. So the tenants are displaced permanently. It is not the landlord's or the landlord's insurance policy's responsibility to replace their personal belongings they lost here or to replace their displacement. That's why a lot of
Right.
times you'll see the Red Cross on site. Well, that's what the Red Cross is doing. It's helping those people who don't have a resource such as an insurance policy of their own to take care of it. Specific to liability now, if I'm visiting my friend at an apartment and I trip over a bag of theirs or something like that, and I fall down the flight of stairs, well, who do I sue for my injuries? you know, and I know you represent a
Right.
really
The
good guy here.
renter,
I know
the
you
building
represent a
owner,
really good guy here in Central New York. Joe may know, but that's one of those questions. Who's responsible for that liability? Well, in theory, it's the tenant and the tenant's liability to indemnify the landlord's policy to cover it. So, again, it's been a big misconception of who's responsible for who. At the end of the day, landlords should require their tenants to have their own insurance, and the tenants should know that they should be asking people, why do I need it? Why do I need it for myself at the end of the day?
So
That's it.
if people have questions about this liability, David, they can reach out to you directly you see it on the screen, 552
Absolutely.
five three three
Absolutely.
four.
Yep.
They can also visit the CH Insurance website at chinsurance.cc.
Yeah.
And you're here every Wednesday
Yeah.
with
And
confessions on what people need to know in order
yeah.
to be smart, to be protected, and to
Yeah.
ensure that they can sleep easy at night, right?
Absolutely. I'll end on one other. No, we have a wonderful personal lines team here at CH Insurance that handles personal home auto renters. So if somebody if somebody feels like, hey, I should think about renters, give us a call. I'll put you through to our team. They are amazing, and they will help somebody save some money probably on their car, and they'll probably also help them get a good package of renters insurance to protect themselves. So yeah, I'm
Awesome.
in your corner.
Awesome. Let the in other words, if you are an investor or contemplating becoming one, let the team at CH be in your corner. Let them do what they do well. And they do it better than anybody in upstate New York. And they walk their talk. They prove to you every day in every way that they are indeed in your corner. Thank you, David, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
You got to have a great day, Angela. Appreciate it always.